Hi everyone, I'm Jodi and welcome to my channel. I'm really glad that you're here today. If you are new, welcome. I hope you take time to look at all the videos that are available to you. And if you're new, I have to also say, I don't always sound like this. I'm a little congested and I'm starting to come down with something, so I apologize, but do not fear. All the other videos do not sound like I have a clothespin across my nose. But we're gonna get through it because it is starting to snow where I live in Washington State. So it was the perfect time for me to switch up my skincare routine, out with my summer routine and in with my winter routine. So I thought, what a perfect time to share that skincare routine with you. Now, a few things that I'm really excited about with the skincare routine is for the last few months, I've been testing out a few new products for winter, really needing to hydrate my skin, make sure that it stays very moisturized. I'm trying to minimize the look of fine lines and minimize pores and even out the texture. And I also wanted something that was gonna help brighten up my skin, lighten some of those darker spots that may have come throughout the summer. And I've tried a few Korean skincare products that I'm really excited about sharing with you. As I switch skincare products in and out, it can get a little bit confusing. Then I also switch out devices and I try different devices. And just like many of you at home, I'm always trying to find what works. As the seasons change and my skincare routine changes, so do the products that I need to put on my face, which is why I use my own 90-day skincare journey. I use it all the time to track what skincare products I've incorporated into my routine, what skincare products are working, and I'm tracking their progress so that I can eliminate those that aren't working and not spend the money if it's not showing any impact or result on my skin. I also want to know which ones really are showing an impact so I can continue to use those and spend my money there. And because our skin is different in our 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, there's a different workbook for each of you in that age bracket. I'll put a link down below if you're interested. I created the skincare journey because I needed to keep track of all of my skincare products, the devices that I use, the appointments that I have, what the dermatologist says are the issues that I need to address, and what are my own issues that I can visibly see in the mirror. So that's why I created the 90-day skincare journey workbook, and that's why I still use it. So I'll link it down below. I print mine off. I created it so that it can be a download onto your computer and you can use it, or you can print it off. I just am a little old school. I like to print something off, have it in front of me, write my notes on it, cross my notes off. Although in all transparency, it's probably cleaner if you just download it. Then you can delete the information of the stuff that you don't want to have anymore and retype it. I just like to have paper and pen. So that's why I have it available to you in either way. Let's not forget skincare can be really expensive. So one of the reasons that I wanted to create this video and really do research and find products that worked, that could be dupes for some of your more expensive skincare, is because everyone is on a tighter budget. No matter your economic situation, the cost of skincare can run from dollars to thousands of dollars. And I was on a mission to find out, do you have to spend thousands of dollars in order to find good skincare products, or do we just need to find them and bring them forward? I think what I have found for you guys today is what we could consider dupes for skincare. Now, there is something to be said for gold and snail excretion and whatever else you want to find in your more luxurious skincare products. I'm not here to debate how expensive skincare can get and the ingredients that are in them. What I am here to say is that I have found some very good, effective skincare products that I am using in my normal everyday routine that I've purchased myself. Nothing in this video has been sponsored, because whether you're on a budget or not, good skincare is good skincare and it should be available to anybody, and it's something we should all know about. So if I find something good to share, I'm gonna bring it to you guys. For this morning skincare routine, we're gonna start this morning before I put on my makeup, and I'm gonna put on all of my skincare products right there with you so that you can see how much of each of them I use and in which order I apply them. I'll also share with you which products I don't use in the morning and what I replace them with in the evening. So by the end of this video, you'll have a very clear picture of which products I have found really helpful for my aging skin. And just as a reminder, I am 52 and a half, I'll be 53 in May. I have combination skin that's leaning more towards dry. I'm definitely I still get a little bit oily around the chin area and sometimes around my nose, but the rest of the time I'm more on the dry side. I also have enlarged pores that I am always trying to minimize, and of course, fine lines and wrinkles. So if those are some of the same skincare challenges that you're facing, then hopefully these products will also work for you as well as they're working for me. So if you're ready, let's rewind to my morning and we're gonna get started. All right, so let's get our skincare for the winter started, and then we will have our skin prepped and ready to go, very hydrated, very moisturized, and ready for makeup application to look our best all winter long. So the first thing that I like to do, as you guys know if you've watched my channel for any length of time, is I wash my face with coconut oil both day and night. Now, I know not everyone can wash with coconut oil for various reasons. I found that I've recommended this to a lot of my friends and family, and whether they have sensitive skin, whether they have rosacea, whether they have psoriasis, this has not been a problem for a variety of people. If you have any of those skin conditions, then obviously you'll want to check with your dermatologist before using coconut oil. But I swear by this. I just use the unrefined. The brand is less relevant to me. Just what is important is that it's the unrefined. I just heat this up in the microwave, get it sort of soft, and then I'll pour it into this smaller dish that I can keep airtight, and I keep it in the bathroom, and then I can just take it in the shower with me as well. And the way I do this, I've done videos on that before. I start with about a dime size amount and rub it all over my face. I've already washed my face today, but you wash it all over your face. Get your washcloth as hot as you can possibly get it, steaming hot if you can. Rinse out all the excess water from your washcloth, and then hold that steaming washcloth about an inch from your face. That allows the steam from the washcloth to break up all that makeup, all that oil, all the coconut oil that you just applied. I let that steam on my face for about 30 seconds and then wipe everything off. Rinse this and repeat that complete process, and you will be amazed at how soft your skin is and ready for the next skincare application. Now, if you wanted to just stop with that and not go into toner, you could. Some people have asked the question, does that coconut oil, when you steam it off, does it leave any residue that then can interfere with your makeup application? That's never been a concern of mine. It's never happened. And you guys know I test a lot of different foundations and skincare products and a lot of different makeups, creams, powders, liquids, mineral-based, non-mineral-based, oil-based, water-based, and I have not had that at all be a factor. What I can say is that for being 52, almost 53 in a few months, my skin is in, I think, fairly good shape, and a lot of it, I'd say, is because of this coconut oil. I've been washing with coconut oil for the last 12 years, I would say, and I absolutely swear by it. Now, after the coconut oil, the next thing that I do is go into toner. Now, one of my favorite toners, and this may or may not surprise you guys, this is one of the top rated toners and has been for years. And the Witch Hazel is produced by a small farm in Connecticut, specifically and exclusively for the Thayer's family. This is a family-owned business, and it has been since in the 1800s, 1847. And there's not much to this. It's a very simple toner. And I love it because it does not contain any alcohol. After I wash my face with coconut oil, just get a little bit of this on a cotton swab. I find that it really smooths the texture of my skin. I find that when I'm using this, my pores look smaller, which the older I get, that's really important to me. And I find that it smooths out my overall skin tone. So it helps to lighten some of those darker spots on my skin that I may have gotten through the summertime. And I swear by this. Now, you can get this a variety of sizes, and you can get this size for about $9. Now, over 113,000 people give this 4.5-star reviews on Amazon. That's why I first started using it, not because of all those reviews, but I've kept using it because I keep going back to how well it works on my skin. Because it doesn't contain alcohol, I find that it doesn't strip my skin of any nutrients that I've just layered on with the coconut oil, but I feel like it just helps to even out my skin tone. I feel like it balances out the uneven textures in my skin, and I feel like it really does help minimize the look of my pores and any fine lines. It doesn't erase them. I don't think I have found anything, well, I know I haven't found anything that does that, but it absolutely helps minimize that orange peel look. You know what I'm talking about when you have sort of that orange peel around your nose, sometimes on your chin. When I'm not using this in the summer, I find that I start to see that coming back. So I love reaching for this in the wintertime. Now it does have this is the rose petal one. I don't find that the scent is too strong of a scent. I'm pretty susceptible to strong smelling fragrances and things, and I don't find that this has that. If you do have any issue with scents at all, then this does have a slight scent, so just please know that. Now here's where my skincare takes a little bit of a turn in the evening. Instead of using the Thayer's toner in the evening, I switch and use this rice ceramide. It's from a Korean skincare line, which I've really enjoyed using Korean skincare lately. And this is a little bit thicker than most toners. Now I will say that it comes out a little bit more like a serum, which is one of the things I love about it, but it is definitely a toner. It's very moisturizing. It's very nourishing. It contains vegetable ceramides, which helps to rebalance the pH levels in your skin. It also has rice bran oil, which comes from the outer layer of brown rice, and that's where a lot of the nutrients are contained. Those nutrients are said to help shrink pores and brighten your skin. It also helps tighten your skin, which is one of the reasons that I reach for this in the wintertime, is I just feel like I'm putting so much moisture into my skin and so much hydration, which is never a bad thing, but I just feel like it needs a little bit of a tightening aspect to it throughout the winter, and that's where I really love this. Now, I will say that some people say that this has a slight fragrance as well. I don't get that with this, and some of the reviews say that it's pretty strong. I just don't smell it. It's so light that I don't pick up on it at all. Now, if you do have a sensitivity to senses, the reviews have said that once it dries down, the smell goes away. So just know that. I think that the benefits far outweigh any risk from a scent, unless you're very sensitive to it. Of course, that'll be a decision that you'll have to make, but it goes on a little thicker. So that would be the one thing that I would say you want to be mindful of, but I have loved the way this leaves my skin feeling. And because it's a little thick for a toner, that's the only reason that I don't wear this during the day and the night, is I just don't want to mix this with underneath a foundation or any type of a base or any makeup. I'm not sure how it would interact, which is again why I use this in the evening only. All right, so going on to the next step, and this is one that I am gonna carry into summer with me as well this year. It's by SoulCeuticals. It's the Marine Mineral Plump and Glow. And this is an essence, and I'm gonna spray it. I'm gonna stop talking and spray it, and then I'll start talking again. It is such a refreshing feeling. It doesn't have a fragrance to it. It's an essence, so you'd wanna use it after your toner, but before your serum. I just love to rub it all over my skin, and I'm going to definitely use this in the summer as well. This is going to become a year-round product for me because I love how healthy and glowy it leaves my skin. It also feels very hydrated and nourished and moisturized, but it's not thick at all. It's not tacky. It dries down to nothing. But I found that I'm becoming more and more comfortable with less of a foundation on, especially a full coverage foundation, the more I use this. I feel like it's brightening up my skin. It's softening some of those age spots by lightening them a little bit. It contains cucumber extract, green tea, aloe vera juice. You know, aloe vera is a nutrient dense ingredient. It's also cruelty free, which is a huge plus. And it just dries down to almost nothing. Now I could stop here, skip serum and go right to moisturizer and then sunscreen, but it's winter, so I like to pile on as much skincare that's hydrating and locks in that moisture as I can. So the next thing that I reach for is a heavier serum, and that's also by SoulCeuticals, which is the same brand that makes this essence. It contains 20% vitamin C, 10% hyaluronic acid, and 1% ferulic acid. One of the things I love about this is it's in a dark bottle, so it really helps to protect the integrity of that vitamin C because it protects it from the light. And you know, you can check and see how healthy your vitamin C is by the color of it. This isn't going to be completely clear because it does have other ingredients. If this was pure vitamin C, we would want to see very little coloration and absolutely no orange brass type colors. Then you know the vitamin C is no longer good and it needs to be thrown out. The ingredients just aren't going to be active for you anymore. This serum is protected because of the darker bottle, and it has no scent to it at all. It's not too thick of a serum, and I love to just press this in all around my face. And again, because of how thick it is, you guys, I wish you could feel my skin right now. It just feels very replenished and refreshed. I think rejuvenated, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. It gives me the right amount of vitamin C. If I do feel like I need a little bit extra peel from a vitamin C, maybe once a week, then I'll reach for the Rapid Repair Caplets by Neutrogena, that's vitamin C. But I don't find that I use it as often in the winter as I do in the summertime, because I wear this every single day in the daytime, and then I also include this in my evening routine. So I just press that in everywhere, really let my skin absorb it. Oh, and it just feels so good. And just from those few ingredients, you can already see, and I hope the camera picks it up, just that amount of plumpness and hydration that my skin is starting to get. And that really makes a big difference on your makeup application. Now that that serum is on my skin, I will go brush my teeth, make sure that my hair is where I want it to be, pick out maybe what I'm gonna wear, give that a good 10-15 minutes to really soak up into my skin before returning to do the next step, which is my moisturizer. The moisturizer that I have been loving is by Hada Labo, I believe is how you say it. I just call it my moisturizer. This is from Tokyo. This is Japan's #1 best-selling skincare brand. And you can see just how beautiful that looks. It has no scent to it. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite moisturizers. You get this huge jar for $18. And it has collagen, it has peptides, it also has hyaluronic acid in it. And what I love about this is it absorbs very quickly into my skin. And because it absorbs so quickly, you're able to move on to the next product without losing the impact and the effectiveness of this moisturizer. And this is called their Plumping Gel Cream. And I can feel the plumpiness, and I can visually see the impact of that collagen plumping my skin. And just like that, it dries down so quickly that I think I'm gonna carry this into my summer routine as well, because it's very hydrating, very plumping because of the collagen that's in it. I'm actually sending this to my mom for part of her Christmas present because she has not tried it yet, and my sister as well. So I hope they're not watching. Maybe I'll just ask them not to watch this one, but then if I say that, they're there for sure. I know for sure my sister will watch it. So we'll just, maybe they didn't hear that part. Well, they know me anyway. I'm terrible at surprises, so it will not surprise them a bit that I just gave away part of their Christmas present on a video. Okay, and then last but not least, to finish up the skincare, I will go in with my sunscreen. Now this is a little bit more on the pricey side. This is about $45 by La Roche-Posay. You can get this on Amazon. You can get it at almost every drugstore. I swear by this, you guys. I use about 3 pumps worth. That's quite a bit. And I have had some of you comment that I don't use enough sunscreen. Some have said I use too much. I've went through my entire skincare routine with my dermatologist. We agree that it's plenty of sunscreen for my needs, and I just let it absorb into my skin. And I can really tell if I have not used the right sunscreen, because my skin will freckle with prolonged exposure to the sun. That does not happen with this La Roche-Posay. I can be out by the water where the sun is reflecting off of the water, which is even more intense of UVA rays, and I do not freckle with this sunscreen. So for me, this is the only choice. It is a little bit more pricey, as I said. For me, that is an area where I will skimp in other areas, but not on a good sunscreen with really good coverage and good protection for my skin. So I'm very confident in how well that sunscreen works. If you're looking for a good sunscreen to protect your skin, that is one that I can personally recommend and say that it has done wonders for my skin. All right, so with that, we are ready to go into our makeup routine. Now, before we go, if there are 2 things I would have switched out if this was my nighttime routine, and as I said, one is the toner. I would use this thicker, more nourish-based toner instead of the Thayers, and I would be including the Ordinary Retinol in addition to my routine that you just saw me go through, and that would be my evening routine. And after that retinol absorbs in my skin, I would follow up with this moisturizer, and then I would use CeraVe SA for my dry skin on the rest of my body. And that pretty much does the evening skincare. So, and you might say, well, gosh, you didn't switch out to a heavier moisturizer for the evening. I have not needed to do that because of how much hydration I'm getting from a lot of these Korean-based skincare lines, which I've really enjoyed. I feel like I get a true added punch of ingredients that are hydrating and nourish my skin, and I don't feel like I'm getting so much fancy packaging and so much, glitz and glamour and so much hoopla. I feel like I'm really getting good quality products that do what they say they're gonna do, and I don't need to layer on, layer on, layer on, layer on. This has been pretty minimal, but very, very effective. So I will leave all this in the description box below. I'm gonna go put on my makeup and start my day, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.